Hello and welcome to X Factor presented by Xfinity. I'm Tori Petrie, joined by T.J. Lang, who has a napkin with an X on it. That's a new one, T.J.
It's a tissue. Last week's game against Carolina made us all kind of do that a little bit. But you know what? It's a short week. Best part about playing football, even if you lay an egg, you have to have a short memory, especially this week. You only got 3 days off before Houston comes into town, which is always, for us fans, one of the biggest and the most exciting games of the year. So hopefully they can turn it around fast.
Hopefully the Lions will be drying their tears with a win on Thanksgiving Day. But in order to do that, their X Factor needs to play well. So who is going to be the X Factor for the Lions this week, TJ?
Well, it's kind of a 2-for-1. A guy that's going to need to play well, and really one of the only guys, unfortunately, who played well last week against Carolina is Amani O, 24. I'm not going to try to butcher his last name because my tongue just doesn't work that way sometimes. But you see the big interception that he had against Carolina. At this point of the game, you know, you just fumbled the ball. You're down 7-0. You have a chance to go down 14-0. Amani makes really veteran play here where he kind of bluffs that he's going to cover Robbie Anderson in the flat, is able to pop back to the back of the end zone with a big takeaway. And he was also physical in the run game as well. I think especially this Houston team that you're going to play on Thursday, a lot of talented receivers, a lot of speed on the outside. Those are going to be guys you're going to have to keep up with, and you're going to have to wrap up and bring down because they can make explosive plays. But Amani, for me, is a guy who really stepped up to the plate when his name was called against the Panthers, and hopefully he's a big part of this defense, not only this week, but moving forward the rest of the year.
All right, TJ, let's look at the opponent. You were on point last week that the X Factor for the Panthers was going to be DJ Moore. That 52-yard catch they gave up to him set up the Panthers' first touchdown. Unfortunately, you were right. The Lions weren't able to stop him. So let's take a look at who they need to stop this week. Who's going to be on the Texans?
Really, the obvious and only answer is Deshaun Watson, one of the best overall athletes that I think you see in the NFL. Kind of fools you a little bit with his speed. I mean, a lot of people think of Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson maybe being in the same book. Deshaun Watson, he's a passer. I mean, he wants to sit in the pocket. If he has to, he'll use his legs. But this year especially, I think you've seen him really develop throwing the ball, making the short throws, the deep throws. And you take a look at this play last week, big win for them against New England. But this throw, they're only rushing 3 guys. That's kind of in a pretty tight window, right? You've got a single coverage, the safety come over the top. I mean, that is a heck of a throw. So Deshaun Watson is really, last week, obviously 350 yards, a couple touchdowns, another one with his feet. He is a dangerous playmaker. Obviously, you saw that play. New England's rushing 3 guys. I don't know if that's the way to go if you want to give a guy like Deshaun Watson that much time in the pocket. But if you're going to pressure him, you got to make sure you wrap him up and you have to bring him down. And that's something, obviously, the Lions are going to be focusing on a lot this week, especially after the missed tackle fiasco we saw against Carolina. Deshaun Watson is a guy that he's playing really well. He's got a chance to beat anybody that they play any given Sunday just by his raw talent. So he's going to be the guy if you want to get a big win. The Lions haven't won on Thanksgiving in a couple years. Hopefully that changes this week, and it's going to start with stopping Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, it's been since 2016 that they've won on Thanksgiving Day. I know they're hoping to change that this year. And TJ, I know you like that Thanksgiving Day game. Everybody does here in Detroit. Sure would be nice to get a Lions win along with our turkey on Thursday. TJ, thanks so much for joining us on X Factor, presented by Xfinity. From Xfinity Studio, I'm Tori Petrie.